Anybody need to come or we can start?
No, we are going to start actually. Ram Dinkar is having some work. I think
Okay,
he is not, Honey is not start, joining. Okay,
fine.
fine. Okay. Yeah, yesterday we are discussing about the ND installation.
Yeah.
I uninstalled that one. Okay. Some of the directives are there. Just I'm removing that one. Okay. This is the setup location. Under this I have launchpad.bat and also parallel to this I have vast directory. You can use either launchpad launchpad.bat or you can use vast directory. Inside this vast directory you have install.exe file. Execute this one. Next, go ahead. Accept the terms and conditions. It is checking system prerequisites. Next, an existing Websphere application server product is detected. The base version we installed in the previous classes. Now I'm going through the ND package. It's detected that there is a base package, some Websphere product is there. Now I'm going to install, even though it is there, I'm going to install the ND package. Fine. Okay. The default location is going to see program files IBM Websphere app server. Just I'm going to choose another location. It's easy to browse. At the time of starting the server, stopping the server, just I'm following the notation IBM SPI app server. Under this I don't have any directories. Okay, select app server. Okay, next it is installing some of the binary files, some of the application server samples and Java APIs, some of the Java document, those are the Java help files. Next, go ahead. It is going to occupy around 776.1 MB of space, and it is giving these are the features you are getting, and it is going to install in the under the directory C IBM SP app server. Next,
So this 776.1 MB size will be capturing by this Websphere.
yes, only for the setup, only for the setup. Here you by using this 776.1 MB, you can't install any applications. You have to
Okay.
create once again environments. You have to create once again servers.
Right, right.
Yeah. That means at least it requires 1 GB, minimum 1 GB. To if you want to deploy an application, it requires a minimum 1 GB of space. That means for installation, for deployment. Okay.
This size is only related to application server,
Yes,
right?
application server setup direct. That is, these are the what it will give is just it will give the supporting files to create servers.
Right.
Okay. Next.
Again, if we want to deploy any application, it depends upon the application. For example, if we deploy a big application,
Yeah.
then the size will be
Yeah.
more.
Size
And
of
if
it
it's
depends on the size of the application.
right, One advantage which I saw, Krishna, about the VAS,
Mm-hmm.
remotely I can access the console, right? Admin console.
Yes,
If I install here and if I want to access in other network system,
by specifying
I
the
can.
IP address.
Yeah, but it's not possible with WebLogic or Tomcat.
Mm,
I
I'm
don't
not
know, but
sure. I am not having that much exposure in WebLogic. I have exposure in Tomcat deployments. Okay, what at that time what I'm doing is just that there we have a directory called web apps. Directly
yeah,
we
I
are
will
going to
copy the.
correct,
Yeah.
and just we are starting a server, stopping the server. Just we are checking whether it's running fine or not. I don't know whether we access or not. Might be, yeah.
You're recording this thing, Krishna?
No.
Krishna, one more thing, if you can send that link where you uploaded the softwares and recorded demo class stuff, just we'll download it today so that tomorrow and after tomorrow we'll practice here.
Yeah, I'll do that. 1 second. After that, yeah. I'll send the links. I'll send the links. It's already
Okay.
uploaded in the mega upload.
Okay.
Okay, I'll send that. I will forward that links.
Yeah. This all sounds coming from our institute or somewhere outside.
Han
The disturbance whatever we are getting now, is it from institutes or somewhere other?
from outside.
uh, So Sunday also we have a class now, Krishna.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Saturday and Sunday I'll take some more hours, more than 2 hours. around
Yeah,
two to 2.5 hours, and we are not having that class for festival.
Sankranti. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to my native. You will be in Bangalore or you are going to native?
No, this time we are not going. For actually, we want to stay back here.
Okay.
What time? Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, I'll tell the timings. Tomorrow, mm,
Daytime or evening?
daytime. Can we have a class tomorrow 9 to 10:30?
Morning.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also I'll take in the evening also.
Okay. Yeah. That will fine.
Yeah.
Morning 1 hour, evening 1 hour, fine.
Yeah, I'll take 1.5 hour, 1.5 hour. If continuous in the sense, once again it will be a problem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
I'll take morning 1.5 hour, evening 1.5 hour. The same on Sunday. Okay.
morning actually in the daytime here actually current is problem. So morning 9 to 10, I think 10:30. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Power cut is Bangalore. Yeah, it is too much. Yeah, Kunal. Kunal. Kunal.
Your installation was successful. It is asking to launch the profile creation wizard. Okay. If you see the base version, by default it will give you a profile called default profile. Here what it will do is it will give just product files. We are calling this one as a binary file. This we call as a vast root directory. IBM Websphere app server. Okay. We installed IBM Websphere application server ND package. IBM Websphere app server. Under this we have some directories. These are the this we call as a vast root directory. What is the purpose of this directory? In the sense, by using these directories we can create runtime environments. That means by using this directory we cannot deploy applications. If you want to deploy an application you require a server. By default here we don't have any server. So what I'm going to do is, if you continue with this, it will open one more wizard. It will ask, are you going to create a runtime environment? Just go ahead. Next.
So I have one doubt.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, can I install that in the C drive or also the A drive?
Yeah, you can install anywhere.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Now what it is installing is a.
No, I will tell this one profile in detail. Just give me half an hour. Just what I'm doing is I'm going to create a profile. That one we are calling as a environment. Why? Because by using this vast directory we cannot deploy any applications.
Okay.
These are all the only binary files. By using this vast directory I am going to create a profile. See here itself you can close this one.
Mm-hmm.
Your VAS installation was successful, but with this VAS installation with only these directories we cannot do anything. We cannot deploy an application. We have to create our environment. That environment itself we are calling as a profile. We have to create one runtime environment to deploy an application. That runtime environment we are calling as a profile. Now what I am going to do is I am creating here a profile. Here we are having three types of profiles. One is deployment manager profile, application server profile, and custom profile. Now I'll go ahead with the application server profile. We'll see the differences between each and every profile in detail at the time of in the tomorrow class. Today we'll discuss about the profiles. What is the importance of profiles? What are the profiles contains? How to access the admin console? How to start the server, stop the server? These stuff, the basic stuff about the profiles we'll see. We'll understand about the profiles. In tomorrow class, we'll see about the importance of each and every profile in detail, and we'll see the federation also. Next. See here, if you see here, I don't have any directory with the name profiles. Only I'm having properties and profile templates I'm having. Once I'm going with the profile, it is going to give the name as profile name as apps01. Next. Okay, here it is going to create a directory called profiles. Under this it is going to create one profile, that one environment called as apps01. Next. You will came to know about this node later. A node is a group of servers. A node is a logical group of servers. For time being, for our understand purpose, I am giving the node name as appnode01. Next. These are all the default port numbers. Okay, you will came to know about these port numbers one by one later in the further classes. Okay, If you specify this run the application server as Windows service, at the time whenever you start the Windows, at the time whenever you reboot your system, this server will be started, this process will be started. I don't want to do like that. Okay, if you go ahead with the local system account, no need to give any username to log into the admin console. If you specified, if you go ahead with the specified user account, if you are going with specified user account, you have to specify the password, and whenever you are accessing the admin console, you have to provide username and password. Next, it is taking around 200 MB of space, and it is creating a profile called, type of profile is standalone application server profile. Location, it is going to create in the directory C IBM Websphere app server profiles. If you see here, up to now I don't have any directory with the name profiles. Okay, next.
Krishna, one doubt.
Yes,
Previously, when we started installation, it shows that the 776.1 MB size.
yes, correct.
Okay. Now it's showing a 200 MB size
Yeah,
for the profile. So, what is the difference there?
see the the 776.1 MB is only for setup. If you don't have a setup, you cannot create environment. You cannot create runtime environment. You don't have an option to deploy an application. If you don't have, first we are creating setup.
Okay.
I'll draw the picture. Let you know.
So total 776 plus 200.
Yes. First, what we are doing is, first we are creating setup. We installing setup. That is was root directory. That is C IBM Websphere app server. This we called as was root directory. Once I have the was root directory, once I have the setup files, once I have the binary files, I can create an environment. I can create an environment called a profile. Called a profile. Once I create an environment, then I will get a, this is the logical one. We will discuss in detail about these nodes, node agents and all. For your understanding purpose, just now I am explaining. We'll see in detail. Once you create a profile, here you will get a cell, then you will get a node, cell, then you will have node, under this you will have server. Under this your application will be under running. Okay. Okay. First, what we created, in the sense, once you install, you are getting this outer directory, this was root directory. With this was root directory, you cannot deploy an application. you require one runtime environment. This completely we are calling as a, this runtime environment we are calling as a profile. This profile cell node server we are calling as a profile. Okay, this runtime environment we are calling as a profile cell node server and all. So once you create a profile, at the time you will have all these combinations, and you have an option to deploy an application into the server. So the first and foremost mandatory thing is I want to install was root directory. Once I install was root directory, that means once I setup was installed, then I can create an environment that we are calling as a profile. Once I create a profile, I'll get a server. Once I get a server, I can deploy my application, and I can start my application. Once I can start my server and I can start my application. So if you want to deploy any application, the first and foremost step is you require a profile. Without profile, you cannot deploy an application. With vast root directory, it's impossible to deploy an application. You require a runtime environment. That runtime environment we are calling as a profile. One second, please. So you have to understand that if you want to create a server, if you want to have a server, I need a profile. That profile, when you will get a profile, you have a set of directories, you have a binary files. Okay, is clear?
Yeah. One line definition of the cell, Krishna. What do you mean by cell?
Yeah, a cell is the topmost administration point of your runtime. Cell is a collection of nodes, we can say. Cell is the point where DMG, see, mainly coming to cell, we'll consider about DMGR cell. DMGR, deployment manager profile cell, takes the responsibility to administer all the nodes which are under that cell. A cell is the topmost administration point for your runtime environment. Okay. Cell is a component. A cell is a logical one. It does not have any process and all. It's a logical one. For server is a physical one. It will have a process. It will have a process ID and all. Okay. A node is a group of servers. A server in the sense we know servers provides a runtime environment for your applications. Then applications in the sense we know. Now what? Like this, here we are creating one runtime environment like this. I can create n environments. I can create n environments called n profiles with this set of files, with these binary files. Okay, with these binary files, I can create n number of profiles. Okay,
So for each application, we required a one server. For each server, we required a one node, and for each node, we required a one cell. For each cell, we required one profile.
no. Each application is not mandatory that each application it requires a server. A server can have n number of applications. A server can have n number of applications. A node can have n number of servers. If you are taking the help of deployment manager profile, a node can have n number of servers. If you are taking the help of DMGR profile, we'll see this one each and everything in detail. For now time being, assume that this application server profile is a standalone profile. It is giving a only one server. We don't have an option to create one more server without DMGR profile. Once you create one more profile, at the time you can create n number of servers under the single node.
Krishna, what is that DMJAR? D, what is that?
D, deployment manager. See, in the ND package, we are having three types of profiles:
Right.
deployment manager profile, application server profile, and custom profile. Now I am discussing about only application server profile. I am not discussing about DMGR profile. Okay. In that application server profile, by default, it will give you a server called server 1.
So with application server profile, we will be having only one type of server. That's it, right?
With application server profile, it will give by default server called server 1, and also it will give some more sample applications.
And we can create a number of servers in application server profile.
In application server profile, we cannot create servers. We cannot create more than one server.
Okay.
If you don't have the DMGR, if you have the deployment manager, you can create more than one server.
That is totally different, right?
Yes.
DMJAR server profile is something different from application server profile.
Yes, correct.
So when we are configuring the application server profile, then this DM server profile will come into the picture, right? It's
No,
totally different.
no. For now, don't think about DMGR profile. We'll see in detail about that one also.
Okay, that's what.
Okay.
No, no. What my intention is,
Okay.
uh, as per the application server profile, we are only the default server, whatever it's going to create, we are going to use it. We will not create any new
No,
servers there.
no.
Mhm.
No. And also, you don't have an option to create more than one server with this application server profile.
Okay.
Yeah. Profile creation was completed. Just go ahead. If you select launch first step console, okay, it opens first step console. Here it is showing as installation verification, start the server, administrative console, some of the options. If you click on installation verification, what it will do is it will verify whether the installation was successful or not. Including that, it will start the server.
Right.
Just click on the installation verification.
So Krishna, if we install the basic type or XY, what is that other one? express
Express.
type. Yeah. So this concept will not come into the picture, right? The profile concept itself, there is nothing like a profile concept there,
No,
right?
no, no. Is there? Is there? By
Okay.
default, it will give you a profile called default profile. Here we are explicitly we are installing,
Okay.
but there we are having only one profile called default profile. That is applicant server profile. Here we are having DMGR profile, applicant server profile, and custom profile. There we are having a profile called default profile, which is same as now which we are creating the applicant server profile. It is equal to the default profile of base package. There we are having only one type of profile. Here we are having three types of profiles.
What I understand, Krishna, that base or express type of the installation or any type of installation, if you select the application server profile, almost the same.
Yes, yes. See, what you will do is install the base package. Okay, once you install the base package in the directory of your profiles, by default it will give a profile called default profile. Okay, this one is similar to the applicant server profile. And also if you check the profile templates, you are having only one profile template, that is default template, that is equal to the applicant server profile template. At the time of applicant server profile, at the time of creation of this profile inside the base package, it uses only one template, this template. Whereas if you take nd package, if you take nd package, see profile templates, I'm having three templates. Suppose if you are creating applicant server profile, it will use as default template. Whenever you are creating DMGR profile, it will use DMGR template. Whenever you are creating custom profile, it will use as managed template. Here we have to understand that the base package at the time of installing the setup itself, it is giving a profile called default profile. Whereas in the ND package, we have to explicitly, we have to choose and we have to create what type of profile you require. Now which profile we created? We created application server profile, right?
Yeah.
No, it will be clear after one or two classes. For first time, all the terms are new terms.
Yes.
So might be the reason you it will be just like complex, very difficult. Nothing is there. Only for 2 to 3 classes it will be like that. From third class onwards, it won't be you won't feel any difficulty. Okay, from this class on, that means after two classes, that means from Monday onwards, you won't feel any difficulty with these profiles and all. Installation verification succeeded. Installation verification is completed. Just close this one. If you see the first step console, here server was started automatically. Okay. Now, if you want to go to admin console, you can go with this, or you can specify the port number. How do I know which port number I have to use? go to profiles, under app server profile, go to config, under this go to cells, under this go to Krishna node cell 01. As I said that the hierarchy is profiles, under the profiles you will have cell, under that you will have nodes, under this you will have servers, server 1. Okay, if you come out of this server, under the node you are having a file called serverindex.xml file. There you can check by using which port number you can access the admin console of application server profile which you have created right now. Here, what is the port number, in the sense what are for which port number it is showing as ws admin host wc underscore admin host. That port number is the port number we have to give at the time of accessing your admin console.
Admin portal. What is it?
Admin host here.
Oh, okay, okay.
Endpoint name equal to admin host. Admin host port number is 9060. See, at the time of installing your application server profile, it is showing some of the ports. The first port is 9060, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm accessing the admin console.
So we should remember all these paths, Krishna. So where this,
Yes, yes, yes,
uh,
yes.
so okay,
No, there are only few XML files, max of 4 to 5 XML files.
okay.
Log into the admin console. Check the servers, application servers. Here it is showing a server called server 1. We created application server profile. Once you create a application server profile, by default it will give some of the applications also, including server 1. These applications are running under that server 1. If you want to access these applications, you have to use by using default host port number. The default host port number you have to check in the serverindex.xml file itself. There is a default host port number. wc underscore default host. Now I'm going to access the application which is running in that server. /9080 plan to SP. Okay, I'm able to access the application. Okay, here if you see application servers, by default it is giving a server called server 1. and I don't have any options to create a new server. I don't have any options to create a new server. Suppose if it is the case, you want to create, if it is the case, if you want to create more than one server, what you have to do is you want to create one more profile. Suppose if you are creating one more profile, you will get one more server called server 1, including that you will get admin console. Yes or no?
Yep.
Suppose if it is two servers, okay. Suppose if it is 100 servers, you are going to create 100 profiles, you are getting 100 servers, and including that you are getting 100 admin consoles. Yes.
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 At that time, if you want to administer this if you want to open this 100 admin console itself, it will take the administration task is very burden.
Yeah. Performance.
Yeah, and here we don't have an option to have a single point of administration. For example, I want to stop the servers, all the servers with a single shot, in a single shot. That we are missing in the application server profile. That is available once you are depending with the deployment manager profile. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a deployment manager profile. At the time we'll see how we are getting high availability and what are the options you have to do, what are the configuration changes you have to do with the deployment manager profile. We'll see all those stuff. Here you have to understand that the applicant server profile, by default it will give you a server called server 1, and here I don't have any options to create a new server. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one more server, one more profile called DMGR profile, and I'm going to achieve single point of administration. Let's see how it is possible. Okay, now I'm going to create one more profile called DMGR profile. You can
You
create
need
in
to
an
stop.
yeah, pardon.
You need to stop the server.
Not necessary. Not necessary. Okay. No need to stop the server. How to create a profile in the sense? Go to IBM Websphere app server. Under the bin directory, you will have a directory called profile creator, where under the bin directory, under the vast root bin directory, you will have a profile creator. Under this, you have pc windows.exe. In case of Linux, pct linux.bin. Just execute this one.
Krishna, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, in the MD package, that three profiles: deployment manager profile, application server profile, custom profile are there.
Pardon, can you
Hello?
repeat it?
Hello?
Yeah, can you repeat it? Hello?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, in the MD package,
Okay.
we have three types of profiles: the deployment manager profile, the application server profile, and custom profile is there.
Correct.
Yeah, just now we discussed about that application server profile.
Just now?
Just before we are discussed about that
Correct.
application server
Correct.
profile.
Correct. Correct.
And now we are going to discuss about the deployment manager profile. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yeah. But in the company purpose, is they are using all the three profiles, or whichever profile is more priority or which is less priority?
See, it depends on your requirement. Suppose if you are going for already your architecture was built,
Okay.
at the time you can go for a custom profile. Suppose if the architecture is not yet completed, for time being you can go ahead with the application server profiles, and you can create the servers and you can deploy the applications. Once the architecture was completed, at the time you can go for custom profile. You mean to say when you are going for each and every profile, that's the question?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see in detail here. Okay. Now I'm going to create a deployment manager profile. If you see here, if you read this one, the first step in setting up a network deployment environment is to create a deployment manager. A deployment manager administers application servers that are federated into its cell. The next step is to create additional profiles and federate them. Okay, leave about this. Now read about application server profile. The application server profile runs your enterprise applications. The application server can be managed from its own administrative console and function independently of other application servers and deployment managers. Alternatively, it can be federated into its cell and managed by the deployment manager. Here, what we have to identify is the application server profile does not give you any option to create more than one server. If you don't have DMGR profile, now what I'm doing is I'm going to create a deployment manager profile and I'm going to create more than one server from the application server profile with the help of DMGR. Let's see, we'll see practically. I will explain you. Then you can, once you have doubt, once again I'll repeat it. The profile name is DMGR01. Next, it is creating under the directory DMGR01. Okay, leave about this node name for time being. Here it is taking the cell name. Okay, leave it host name, my system name. I can specify the local host also. Here already the default ports was assigned to the server 1. Now the default ports are not available, so that the ports are incrementing by 1. But whereas in the SOAP connector port, the SOAP connector port will be 8879 for deployment manager. Next. Next. It is taking 30 MB. Whereas application server profile, how much space it is taking?
200.
Yes.
200 MB.
Yes, we'll see why it is taking 200 MB, why it is not taking the, and that much size. Let's see. Go ahead.
And Krishna, one more question actually. Krishna.
Yeah, go ahead.
Generally, in real-time applications or real-time work, generally this installation is not a regular task, right?
It's not a regular task.
Yeah.
One more thing, most of the times you don't have a chance to install on the production environments. Might be the reason, might be the chance you are going to install on the dev and test environments. You don't have a chance to install on UAT also. Okay.
UAT means unit application testing.
No, yeah, in that environment we are calling as UAT environment. Before your application is moving to the production, we are
Yeah.
going to check the UAT environment. That means how many servers you are having in the production environment, the same kind of environment you are having in the that kind of environment we are calling as UAT.
Means the system test environment. ST environment. No, not
Mm,
ST.
I don't know much about testing.
Yeah. I also have no idea. Okay, fine. UAT I heard in UAT.
Okay.
So UAT means this is just going previously into production.
Before production, we are going to
Yeah,
deploy our application into UAT. Once it was successful in the UAT, then only we are moving that application into production.
production. Okay.
UAT, what is that full from, Krishna? UAT means?
User acceptance testing.
Means it is a type of unit testing, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know much about that. So in the real-time scenario, we are using all the three profiles, that the VMware application and custom profile.
Yeah, it depends. Yes. We can say we have to say yes. Why? Because
Yeah.
whenever they are creating a installing the setup, directly they won't go for deployment manager. That directly they won't create servers, clusters, and all. First, they will
Okay.
create an application profile. They will check everything is fine. Then only they are moving to DMGR and the custom profile.
Okay. But the majority DMJ will be using.
Yeah.
When the organization is small and if one server is enough, then they will go for
Yes. Application
the
profile.
application server, and they want to extend it, then they'll go for the this.
Yeah. Not only extension. If you take the failure cases,
Mhm.
suppose if only one application is having, that means only one application server is having. Suppose if that application server is down, might be the system get crashes. At the time, the end user cannot access the applications, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this disadvantage we can overcome with the DMGR profile.
So you mean that application, whatever we are going to deploy, can be deployed into two different servers?
Yeah, whenever you have a clustered environment,
Mhm.
if you deploy into the cluster, that application will be replicated to all the cluster members which are under that cluster.
Mhm.
So if any one of the physical box is down, the end user can access from other physical box.
So the physical, the application, the files will be available in all the servers, or how it will be?
Files will be available in all the servers in all the physical boxes itself.
Oh, the copy of the files will be available in
Correct.
all the servers.
Correct.
Means that the banking transaction and all that.
Yeah, okay. It was finished. Just go ahead. Here it is showing as installation verification. Here it is showing as start the deployment manager. In the earlier, if you see applicant server profile, what is the option? Here we have the second option,
Uh, Start the application.
start server.
Yeah, sir, start server.
For this, here it is not a server, it is the deployment manager. Mainly, it is only meant for administration purpose and to have a distributed environment. Here, if I click on installation verification,
So now it's changed to start server manager. What is that?
here it is the deployment manager, start manager. There start server. Here, by using the deployment manager profile, we cannot deploy applications. We'll see. I'll show you practically what we are missing here and what we are gaining here. I started. Okay, just close this one and it succeeded. Now see the option stop the deployment manager. Earlier it was start the deployment manager, right?
Yeah.
Once you check ivt.bat installation verification.sh ivt.sh, automatically deployment will be started. Okay, next. Now I am going to access the admin console from here itself. We can access administrative console. Or run the browser. HTTP host name, login. This is the admin console of DMGR profile, and this is the admin console of application server profile. If you compare both the profiles, both the profile admin console, let's see what happens. Here it is showing lot of the options: application servers, generic servers, JMS servers, web servers, clusters, cluster topology, and all. Whereas if you see this admin console, you are having only two options. Okay. Here in the deployment manager profile, select application servers. I don't have any application servers in the deployment manager profile by default. Whereas in the application, see in the deployment manager profile, I don't have any servers by default. Check in the application server profile admin console. See here there is a server called server1 in the admin console of application server profile. Then that means here I don't have an option. I have to satisfy with this server only for this profile. Here I have an option to create a server in the DMGR profile. Let's see what it is given error. Login. Actually, the Internet Explorer is not opening. Okay. Under servers, application servers, Here I'm having an option to create a new server. If I select this new, it is giving an error like there are no nodes that support servers in the configuration. Please use the add node command from the nodes collection or from the command line before.
Yeah, hello.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Now,
Here it is looking for a node. I said that node is a group of servers. Okay. Today what I'm going to discuss, just I'll show you what are the options available in the DMGR console and what are the options available in the applicant server profile admin console. Tomorrow class we'll see the federation. Okay. See here, I don't have any clusterings and all, but here I'm having clusters, web services, JMS servers and all, but I am unable to create the servers. What's behind it? Actually, here options I'm having, but I am unable to create the servers. Okay. Just for today class, understand what is a profile. A profile is an environment where we can create servers, where we can deploy applications, where we can administer servers. Okay. Then what is a node? Node is a group of logical group of servers. Yet we have to discuss on that. Okay. What are the different types of profiles we have? We have deployment manager profile, we have applicant server profile, and we have custom profile. The applicant server profile by default has a server called server 1, whereas the DMGR profile does not have any servers by default. Then there is a server called DMGR version, it is not eligible server to deploy your applications. Okay, then if you take custom profile, it will give you an empty node. It will give you an empty node. Okay, I'm going to wind up today class. Actually, I'm very tired for the day. Okay. Tomorrow I'll log in at 9 o'clock. Ravi, is okay for you?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, okay. Hmm. Hi Manoranjan.
yeah,
Today I'm going to wind up the class. Okay. Tomorrow morning I'm going to log in at 9:15. Actually, up to 9 o'clock I have a morning session. Okay, I will log in at 9:15. We'll see 9:15 to 10:30 or 11.
yeah.
Yeah, fine. Okay, fine. See you guys.
So,
Krishna,
Yeah, you have any doubts? Please let me ask.
Krishna, one thing about that softwares
Yeah,
that
I
we
will
are
send
looking.
now itself. I will send that links.
Do you have
I will
my
check with
mail ID?
Teja and yeah, I asked yesterday. He said I want to send that links. Okay, now itself I ask him and I'll forward that one. Okay, fine. You will get within
Uh,
half an hour.
my mail ID is available, right?
Can I have your mail ID if you don't mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, type here. Okay, fine. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Bye.